News review brought to you by Wisdom Yard Television. I am Odunayo Adelere. And with me in the studio this morning,
I'm Ambassador Rochime Orilo. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you are watching WITV. Please keep on watching WITV.
We are on all social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X accounts, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can as well join the WhatsApp community on 07010108549. We want to appreciate all our viewers home and abroad for always staying tuned to WITV. As well, we want to appreciate our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals. Nokpa Herbals deals with Nokpa Herbal mixture, Herbal cool, Herbal tonic, Herbal bitters, Herbal flusher powder, Herbal energy powder. Whichever you need, you can just send a DM or call the number 07010108549. Yours is to place your order, ours is to deliver even to your doorstep. So, you know how we do it on this show. We bring to you news that made it to the top. We'll go on a short commercial break. When we come back, we'll talk on the one we should talk about. But we'll not be the only one talking. You can as well drop your own comments in the comment section while we rub our minds together. So, on board newspaper this morning, we have federal government shuts Errant filling stations as petrol eats 1,000 naira per litre. REA to provide electricity to 17.5 million Nigerians, MD. Governor visits Kaduna pupils months after rescue from kidnappers. On Vanguard newspaper, we have May Day, federal government approves pay rise for workers as labor leaders lament hardship. Kashim Shettima, U.S. Deputy Secretary, meets in Abuja on security economic partnership. Why I have not taken loan to develop Osun, Ademola Adeleke. NNPC under a lot of pressure, Tonye Cole. That's on Daily Post. Tinubu may become worse than Buhari, Sali Lukman. Demolition, Enugu resident cries out to Governor Umba. These are the news that made it to the top today. Let's go on a short commercial break to our sponsor, Nokpa. When we come back, we'll continue from where we stopped. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, any hour, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Herbal Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Commercial break. That's our sponsor, Nokpa Herbals. Remember to adorn your health with herbals. So the first one we'll be discussing this morning is federal government to shut Errant filling stations as petrol eats 1,000 naira per litre.
It was like the federal government are just waking up to their responsibility, because I believe if a government that is directing the affairs of the country are not ready to listen to the cry of the people, they are not worth being in power. According to what Fashola said, that a government that cannot produce electricity for its massive, for its people within 6 months is not worth being in power, because there are some words that you say today that can be used against you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, before the protest, we are buying 750 naira per litre, 650,
that's 680. Before the end bad governance.
Before the hashtag end bad governance protest. Okay. Immediately after the protest, what are we buying today? We are buying almost 1,000 naira per litre. And when you look at what is going on presently, is a reflection of the bad governance that we have. Before the fuel subsidy removal, how much do we buy fuel per litre? Now, look at some of the secret that is being revealed by this NNPC and some other government parastatals. The fuel subsidy is being paid monthly. Compared to what is being paid during the era of Muhammadu Buhari, the margin of the money that was being paid during the era of Buhari compared with what is being paid during the era of Tinubu cannot be compared with each other. So where is the money going to? The money that the federal government announced that the first subsidy is money, the first subsidy is gone. Where is the money going to? And NNPC came out that the federal government is still holding them trillions of naira on the fuel importation.
Many filling stations operated by independent oil marketers have now fixed the pump prices of petrol premium motor spirit, popularly called Petrol, at between 900 naira and 1,000 naira per litre. Owners of this station seems not to care about the cost of the product at retail outlet operated by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company, NNPC. Petrol prices at NNPC stations range from 568 naira to 617 naira per litre. This often leads to queues at the stations. I just feel these people are selling based on what they get.
Let me tell you, they are selling based on what they get. You are talking about the NNPC or those people that are selling for
those that are selling.
Yes, they are selling based on what they get. I believe the price should be controlled right from the source, where they are discharging the PMX. You don't get what I'm saying.
I get what you are saying.
Look at what NNPC did. They were the one coming out to propose 600 naira per litre for Dangote. Why NNPC directly is selling for 560? How come are they saying that? NNPC that is selling directly for 560 naira, where you find a lot of queues. Any filling stations today, not only NNPC, any filling stations today that you find that there was a lot of queue, go and check out the price of the petroleum. I saw a video that went viral where a filling station, I think it was those that are regulating the pump price and the pump. They went ahead to go and visit the filling station. On getting there, they took their measurement there. They brought out the nozzle, selling fuel directly inside their measurement. At the end of the day, the meter of the fuel, the meter was reading almost 5,000 naira and nothing is coming out from the nozzle.
So what are they trying to do?
Automatically, when you look at those filling stations, they are the filling stations that will tell you that we don't sell jerry can here.
They sell only for car.
They sell only for car
or
because
generator.
they know that those people that are coming to buy, okay, for instance, you are buying 5,000 naira fuel.
Yes, sir.
Automatically, nothing will be sold. Nothing will be sold inside your car. Because you are not, you could not be able to gain access into the tank of your vehicle.
As Nigerians raise concerns about the high cost of the commodity by independent petrol dealers, the federal government has also vowed to shut down filling stations that will be cost dispensing PMS at exorbitant rates. He declared this through the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority (NMDPRA), stressing that it was not in the interest of Nigerians for marketers to profiteer in the sales of PMS. He also said independent oil marketers claim that they have been buying petrol from private depot owner for as high as 850 naira.
Exactly the point. They didn't lie. They sell what they buy. Look, for instance,
I can't buy something worth of 900. I expect to sell it for 600.
There are some set of people that goes to the market to go and say, okay, oh, you must sell this for this, you must sell this for that. Those set of people, those obbas, those chiefs that are going to the market to say they want to go and control price, the amount of what they are going to sell in the market. Are they buying directly from the chiefs?
No.
Are they buying directly from the obbas? Then they must, you see, there is always a source to a problem. And there is always a source to the solution of that problem. If the source of the problem is not being tackled, and you are tackling the problem from the onflowing, automatically the problem will still persist. Because I cannot buy something of 1,000 naira. When I get to the market, you expect me to sell for 600 naira.
It's not possible. Am I gaining or am I actually losing? So, however, the spokesperson of the NMDPRA, George Enata, argued that the petrol price report that the regulator gets from its official at the depot were different. Our depot people sees a different price because we asked them to publish the prices at the depot every day, and it is now 850 naira per litre. Our field agents at the depot give us a different figure, he said. When told that filling stations operated by independent marketers in Lagos and many other states dispenses their products for as high as 900 naira and 1,000 naira per litre, the NMDPRA official said such outlet will be brought to book if apprehended. What would you do? There is nothing they can do. You that you sell petrol for them at 560, we hardly get from them.
If the price is being controlled, then they have the right to go out there to go and shut down.
But if they did not regulate the price,
if the price is not being regulated, automatically you are taking these people out of the system. What happens? It bounces back on the citizen. The only filling station that we opened were those, the ones from the NNPC and those marketers that are buying at a cheaper rate.
I can buy something worth 800.
Let me tell you, despite the fact that we still have filling stations all over the country, all over the state now. In states, we have filling stations all over the state. People are still queuing.
Yeah.
They are still struggling to buy fuel. Not to talk of when some of the filling stations were being shut down. I believe the only filling station that you have the right to shut down was when you take your measurement keg or the jerry can to the filling station and you said directly and you observe that the meter has been tampered with. Then you can now shut those filling stations.
Today we queue at filling station. Tomorrow we queue in bank. Next tomorrow you queue. Nigeria is now a place where you queue to do everything.
That's the government of the APC we find ourselves in. So let them keep on. You see, let me tell you this. There's nothing you do that won't be in your record. During the era of Jonathan, everybody is coming out to say, Jonathan, no, the best president so far. You remember what happened last week when the PDP was inviting Jonathan to come and contest for the presidential election in 2027 if Jonathan willingly to come and contest for the election. Why the APC were kicking? Why are they kicking? A clear conscience has your accusation, because I believe if you're on the right path, it is your work that is going to speak for you, no matter how lies travel. One day,
the truth will catch up with it.
The truth will catch up with it.
Second one here says Tinubu may become worse than Buhari. Ex-APC Vice Chairman Sali Lukman says
yes,
that.
if he is coming out to say this, it may have the reason for saying this, because I believe nobody can just come out and just say something. Anybody that says anything, either good or bad, has a reason of saying that. Which the look of things now, saying Tinubu will be the worst government, will be more worse than Buhari. With the look of things now, when you look at the system of Buhari, at times when you look at Buhari, out of 50% complaint from the masses, at least Buhari is still yielding up to 20% of it, while the rest of the 30% will be left undone.
What about this?
But the present government that we are into now, out of 50% from the complaint from the masses, none of it is being attended to. Not until when they saw problem coming. You remember 3 days before the protest, there was a meeting held in Abuja where this set of people were running a tasketa. And this is the first government that I've seen that they embarrass the masses, they embarrass protesters, arrest protesters. During the good Lord Jonathan, do you know all different kind of wars? Do you know an insulsive word that was said against Jonathan? Still, Jonathan did not intimidate anybody. After the protest went off from the face of the country, Jonathan didn't go after anybody. Jonathan was just on his own doing the job of the masses. Now, this government, when you look, almost 1,400 protesters were being detained. This is the government I see that they harass journalists. The police harass and intimidate journalists.
I've never heard it in the history.
Now, when you look at the system of this APC, 3 days before the protest, we're running a tasketa for the protest not to hold. Let's dialogue, let's do this, let's that. Okay, we have been able to open an outlet all over Nigeria just 24 hours before the protest. All over Nigeria that you can buy 50 kg of rice for 40,000 naira. Who does that? They believe Nigeria is so stupid the way they comes around during the election time.
Do you know if it were to be former Nigerians, immediately they came out and said the rice will be sold for 40,000 naira, they might actually retrieve back their protest.
Yes, exactly the point, because they know that those set of people are...
But now, it seems these people are
exactly the point. After the protest now, 3 days after, 2 days after they said, the outlets were open for civil servants alone. The following day, 24 hours later, they said the outlets
has been closed.
Why? Because they said some of those civil servants will buy those rice and begin to resell again.
Former national...
Do we really have president in the country? Do we have somebody who is ready to listen to the cry of the people?
We have president, but if you say we don't have somebody...
We don't have president, because I believe the president... You remember, something happened, I think...
We have president, but if you say, do we have somebody that is ready to listen to the yearning of the
Nigeria don't have president. If we have president, I believe the president must be able to drive the economy of the country forward. Look at what I saw it in the news this morning. There was in Burkina Faso. Do you know what Traoré did? I always use Burkina Faso as an example.
Because it's a good example.
Because it's a good example. This set of people were canvassing, calling the leaders of the ECOWAS together that they should go and canvass with Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, and Mali. You want the same set of people to come back to the old crumble.
All I know is that a dog does not go back to its bone.
That you people does in the face of Africa, a government of your family alone, that when your families are okay, you don't mind what the masses are going through. Do you expect this set of people? Even let God there go and ask the masses, okay, you masses, so we are coming here, we are conversing with you. Do you want us to go back to the civilian regime? I believe the representative will be stoned to the point of death.
A video was circulating on social media just concluded week, whereby poor masses were even pulling their clothes to clean the picture of
Traore. Yes, I saw it. Yes, because of what the man is doing.
Can this be done in Nigeria?
There was a company that was being there that manufactured tire in that country that belongs to that country, not a foreigner, so not investors that came up from it all the way from his country to come and invest. Entire production in that country. These are some of the development. Now, since ever this Tinubu regime came, how many companies that have established?
They are going
in this country.
They are going.
The worst they did was that they pack their load, they fold up. In fact, they put their workers in the Sahara. And they left the country. And no, they see nothing wrong in it because they believe they can privatize Nigeria by owing the whole continent of Nigeria into their boss. The way they did in Lagos, the way they said, he has been able to turn the faces of Lagos. So. Is he the one that turns the faces of Lagos? Is he the first governor in Lagos?
That's my question. Now, the former National Vice Chairman Northwest of the All Progressives Congress APC, Saliu Lukman, has said President Bola Tinubu is on track to becoming worse than former President Muhammadu Buhari. Lukman said governance in Nigeria is currently deteriorating under Tinubu. In a statement he signed, the former APC Vice Chairman lamented that the past administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari was worse than that of Goodluck Jonathan. He noted that the same fate may befall whoever becomes president in 2027. And what is the assurance that it is not this same person that will still become a president in 2027? According to Lukman, if APCD is defeated in 2027, what is the guarantee that the new government to emerge post-President Asiwaju Tinubu will not be worse? As Nigerians, we are witnesses of how government at all levels progressively become worse. With all the confidence many of us had in former President Muhammadu Buhari, arguably, his performance failed to meet public expectations.
Exactly the point. You know, I said it times with that number. When Buhari came in, Buhari did not have money to throw around. Even nobody collected money from Buhari. I remember when he was going on a campaign trip, he was trekking while a student was coming. A schoolboy for that matter, one young guy like that brought 15 out from his pocket and said, sir, I don't have anything to offer you. I'm using this as a support to your campaign. He collected the money and looked at the boy's face. There was a handshake. When he became the president, I don't think nothing was done to this boy to give this boy a scholarship. You don't understand what I'm saying. This country was willingly committed to the hand of Muhammadu Buhari.
That's just everybody unanimously.
He failed. But this present government, this present president, the country was not willingly to commit the country into the hand of the
unanimously, everybody wanted Muhammadu Buhari to come on seat.
Now,
and if you could remember vividly, even before the announcement of former President Muhammadu Buhari was announced as the winner,
it was Goodluck Jonathan.
Even the city president came out because he saw everything clearly.
Because when you look at the man, let me tell you this: somebody who stole money from you.
Okay.
What kind of message do you expect from that person? Somebody who stole your belongings. What kind of favor do you expect from that man? Somebody who stole the mandate of this to becoming the president. Do you think any good thing will ever come out from that man? Because this seat is done by force. When you look at Goodluck Jonathan during his own regime, people voted him willingly from the bottom of their heart. And when you look at the step Goodluck Jonathan was taking, he has never intimidated anybody.
No.
You don't get what I'm saying. He's the first president that I've seen since ever matured that have rapport with his people, that converses with his people. What is the way forward? How do we do this? How do we do that? Any step that is being taken that is wrong in Goodluck Jonathan aspect, when the people comes out to say, sir, this thing is too much, oh, what happened? It reverses the step.
It is well. Now that Sally Lukman is coming out to say Tinubu's regime may be worse than that of Buhari, for somebody in high power, somebody of timber and caliber to come out to say this kind of thing, I don't think any other thing can be said by the poor masses to actually know that what they said is actually the truth. So the last but not the least, on fuel subsidy and importation, NNPCL under a lot of pressure, says Toyin Cole.
This is just the beginning of the road. I remember when the minister, I think Keyari, was coming out to shout on national TV that we are not thieves. We are not thieves. We have discharged our duty diligently.
You don't need to
know how many billions of naira that has been spent on Port Harcourt refinery, and still the Port Harcourt refinery is not working, because the same set of cabals that is holding this country were still the ones that are in power today. They have connection with each other. They dictate for the person that sits as a president, this is what you are going to do. If you go beyond this, this is what is going to happen.
I feel
they are ready to kill you. They are ready to do this. They are ready to do that. And if those cabals were not being disorganized, let me tell you this, the country will never move forward. And when you look at NNPC as a whole, there are cabals also there, that which they believe this country belongs to them. They are the one to dictate on the area of our sector. Why is it that our mentality are so, let me see, why is it that we focus on the oil sector alone? Don't we have other sectors that are working? During the period of Awolowo, there was a cocoa, then there was coffee, we have a lot of things like that. There was palm kernel, in which when the price of cocoa drop, for instance now, if they are selling internationally, if they are selling cocoa for 1,500 per kg, and the price has dropped to 1,300 now, Awolowo will still go to the extent of buying it for 1,500 now from you. That's why the fact that
he knows that the price has
dropped. Then he will keep it in a warehouse. When the price skyrockets again, they will now bring it out and begin to sell.
That's a way of doing business.
That's a way of doing business.
If you see people doing into forex and
now, when you look at this NNPC, we have our crude oil here. In Dubai, what do they have in Dubai? Look at their country. See the way the country is flourishing. Most of our politicians here in Nigeria bought houses in Dubai. They travel to Dubai often and often to go and see some of those things that makes those countries beautiful. But to those ideas,
they can't bring it
here to utilize it here, because they believe they are the ones sitting on the national wealth of this country. Now, with so much focus on oil, the crude oil that will be exported, do you know the amount of money they are going to pay for the exportation of that crude oil? Do you know the amount of money they are going to pay for the refining of that crude oil? Do you know the amount of money they are going to pay for the importation of the refined crude oil, which they still sell, NNPC still sell for 650 or 630 naira? They were not the one proposing to Dangote that Dangote should sell for 600 naira. Dangote that has the crude oil at its own disposal in our country here.
The co-founder of Sahara Group and the All Progressives Congress APC gubernatorial candidate at the 2023 governorship election in Rivers State, Toyin Cole, has said the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited (NNPCL) is under a lot of pressure over the burden of fuel subsidy payments and product importation. Cole disclosed this during a recent interview with Channels Television. His comment come amid the controversy surrounding whether the Nigerian government is paying full subsidy or not. If you remember really recently, NNPCL insisted it does not pay for subsidies, but rather covers the shortfall in the importation of the product. And reacting to developments, Cole said NNPC carries a huge burden when it comes to the issue of making sure that petrol is available for the masses. NNPCL is absorbing the true cost of petrol products. We have already had many discussions on whether we are having a subsidy or not. A lot of earnings of NNPCL are already going into that. This is, in essence, begins to affect other things, including cash calls and the ability of the firm to do what it needs to do. So NNPC is under a lot of pressure, and that pressure can be directly traced to the issue of the importation of petroleum products and what you call subsidy or no subsidy. So that is where the pressure is coming from. And according to, I think it was one minister or a senator that said last week that Nigerians don't pay subsidy
Nigerians don't pay
that
subsidy.
they already paid upfront. Is the money that they pay that we are getting the full back.
They're paid off.
And the subsidy is gone that you're talking about. The 1 trillion naira that was recovered from the
within 2 months.
Where did you channel it to? What did you
that
do?
Was coming from the
Somebody is coming out to save the poor masses.
Mm.
What did you do to the person? You are saying you are scared of privatization. He might want to do it as he is the only one. Fine, let him start it first. If he starts doing it as if I want to be the only one, then you know what to do as federal. That's why you are the government. That is why you have the power to control whatever is happening in the country. But now we have constitution whereby constitution only works for the poor. It does not work for the rich. You can work out of context. You can do whatever you want to do out of the constitution of Nigeria. But once a Nigerian is seen stealing 5 naira, they are either sentenced to life imprisonment or sentenced to 20 years imprisonment. But somebody is there embezzling millions of dollars. You just give them bill of 800,000.
Do you know what? Do you know? In fact, do you know this? I don't know how this set of people reason and how they think. If Nigeria matter is being tabled out, it's been tabled in most of the foreign countries. I have never seen a country where an accused will begin to bargain with the federal government or will begin to bargain with the court. Remember somebody that stole, you have forgotten the amount of money that he was not bargaining, okay, let me pay so amount of money back.
Why you are not buying beans in the market?
You understand what I'm saying? And which was being accepted by the
judge.
By the judge. Go and pay so amount of money. Let me pay so amount of money. Then you leave me and go and enjoy the rest of the money.
This is the country we actually find ourselves, because Nigeria is already in a big mess, and I can't even wait for one day somebody that would come out to listen to the outcry of the poor masses and prefer a better solution, a lasting solution for the country. Because these ones that are there, I'll just see them as, let me just go there, let me pass. When I leave, so they can come.
21 million per month.
So they can just
and
come.
They have never come out to deny it. They just said they don't hand up to that. Okay, how much is your salary? And that senator that was coming out to say they earn 21 million. Shehu Sani claimed that during his own regime, it was almost 13.5 million naira. But that by now, it will be up to 21 million naira. And what are the money used for?
It is well.
And you said Nigeria, and you said you inherited a bleeding Nigerian from Muhammadu Buhari.
Yes, you
inherited a bleeding Nigeria.
Yes, you bought yacht.
I don't believe you bought yacht. You inherited a bleeding Nigeria. You bought a presidential jet. You inherited a bleeding Nigeria. You bought a vehicle for the first lady. Why the office of the first lady is not existing in the constitution of Nigeria? And you said you inherit a bleeding Nigeria.
Yet, you still have money to do the renovations of the presidential villa, likewise the vice presidential villa, and still we are saying there is no money in Nigeria. Nigeria will work again, that's I believe one day. Alright, we've come to the end of News Review today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We're on Facebook, on YouTube, on X accounts, on TikTok, on Instagram, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. You can also join the WhatsApp community on 070-1010-8549. Thank you, Nokpa About, for always staying through, and all our viewers out there, we say a very big thank you to you.
Now, before do we go?
Yeah.
Kekere Ekunda was swearing.
Okay.
I was swearing.
Yeah.
You remember the sitting governor of Imo State presently?
Okay.
Took forth during the last election. He was on the 4th position.
Okay.
The governor that was declared winner was sacked by Kekere Ekunda. Then Kekere Ekunda brought not even the 2nd position, not even the 3rd position. Brought the 4th position.
To be the governor.
To be the governor of Imo State, the sitting governor of Imo State. Now, when you look at the future, 2027 is around the corner. What do we expect?
We expect something good. Thank you, Ambassador Olu Aroti, for joining us to this news review. To come again on your screen, viewers out there, I remain my humble self, Oduayo Adilere. Be good and be fine. Bye for now.